Right, Vibes in 5, Ghana's first social media celeb talk show. The name Arnold, Men's Elavanyo. You can always call me, bro, you see me? I love to always give shouts to my crew because they are the engine to Vibes in 5. Big shouts to Eddie, big shouts to Brown, big shouts to Sat Legend, Vanny Tomica, big shouts to you. So we're set here. And to you, our viewer, God bless you for sticking with us. Share the video, comment, like, and tell someone about it because we give you the craziest, realest, and in fact, raw forms of interviews. You won't find it on any platform. That's why Africa has accepted us and we continue to sail on. My guest goes by the name Kofi Arthur. Kofi Arthur. Usually, you would find women going through hell in marriages, women going through hell in relationships. Men hardly speak because we've been trained to keep quiet. We've been trained to suck it all in. And it is killing us. Most men are dying, not necessarily because of the pressure they have from work. It is the pressure they go through from home, which they have no one to talk to, which they can't even confidently speak about because society will judge them. Society will call them names. You are a weak man. You are irresponsible. You are too weak. Your woman is taking over you. Why are you even complaining? Aren't you supposed to be a man? Men don't cry. As a man, you have to suck it all in and move. But believe you me, sometimes speaking up or speaking out, it's a form of relief. My guest, Kofi Arthur, is going through a lot in marriage. He contacted me and said, look, brother, there's something happening to me that I feel I have to share it so that at least one person can pick something from my situation to better himself. I was so impressed. I invited him over and he's here. Let's all pay attention to the story, listen well, give our suggestions, give our advice so that we can all learn from it. You're welcome, Kofi Arthur.
Thank you.
Good. It's good to see you. You are such a calm man, and they say calm people are dangerous. Simple people are dangerous. But I don't know if you are dangerous.
I'm not dangerous.
You are not dangerous.
So I'm just calculative.
You are just calculative. Everything you do is calculative.
It's calculative.
Are you a bitter man?
I would say yes.
You are bitter.
I'm bitter.
And are you a battered husband?
Emotionally, yes.
Yeah, emotionally battered.
Emotionally, yes.
So do you have a story similar to Will Smith?
Well, Will Smith's story, maybe I would say it's just a tip of an iceberg for me.
Will Smith's story is a tip of an iceberg for you. Where your wife says on national television what she has done with another man in your presence and you'd have to suck it all in. You think that is a tip of an iceberg?
Yes. It's a tip of an iceberg because she told him.
She told him.
She told him.
Yes.
That openly that this is what I have done. It's different from you seeing it.
Finding out
on your own. And on top of it, not having closure where, I'm sorry, I did this.
Yeah.
You are hurt, kind of thing. It's not there.
It's not there.
Regrets are not there.
Remorse
are not there.
Damn.
It's not like Will Smith.
It's not like Will Smith. You have a deep, bitter story, painful story.
Very.
How long have you been married?
I'll say 10, 11 years.
You've been married for 11 years. For how long have you been in an abusive marriage?
I'll say it started from the second year. I discovered it from the second year.
You discovered it from the second year?
From the second year.
Before the marriage, and who is enduring or who is facing the abuse here, you or your wife?
I am.
You are the one being abused. Are you surprised that you, the man, is the one being abused?
Well, I would say yes and I would say no. Because most of the time you find, like you said earlier, women, going to doves to, complaining. And I read a lot about those things. Sometimes you want to hear somebody's story to understand what you are going through and think that, okay, fine, then I think mine is just, you know, minor stuff. But most of the time you read them and then you realize that, Charlie,
it's crazy.
Crazy. I discovered the first one when my little girl, at the time she was just a little, she came to me with a mom's, you know, phone.
With a mom's phone?
Phone. You know, I was sleeping. I'm Daddy. And I was like, okay. She showed me her mom's nude, you know, video that she sent to another man.
The little girl showed you
yes,
her mom's, which is your wife's nude video. You
yes,
could speak up a bit for me.
Yes.
Which she had sent to another man.
Yes.
So she was in her mom's WhatsApp?
It was on her gallery.
Okay.
You know, kids who rather pick the phone
and go to gallery.
Yeah. So when I saw it, then it hit me. Then I started, you know, sieving through her WhatsApp.
Right.
Stuff. So that was when I discovered that this is what had been going on. Hitherto, I really didn't care, you know, touching your phone or something.
Yeah.
But then that was the beginning of the whole thing. And I realized it wasn't just me. It was multiple people. It was some you know, and it's as if, you know, they are rubbing it to your face, kind of thing. I remember that incident. I confronted her. It turned physical. She is plumpy, so it turned physical. And I'm not the type that will hit a woman, so I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything?
After that, then now she put, you know, passwords on her phone, you know, patterns on her phone, just to prevent me from getting to. And I did a bit of an IT stuff, so I know my way around.
Yeah.
You know, some of the gadgets. So I'm able to, you know, and I kept evidence. I make sure I keep evidence.
Was it just with one man?
Multiple.
Multiple men?
Multiple. So I kept evidence. Most of them are screenshots, and then some are video, stuff like that. So it went on. It gets to a point you see that she's changed. She's not doing those things. You know, when you begin to trust her, then, you know, boom,
another one comes in,
hits you, and you talk to somebody, and then, you know, you don't get anybody to understand where you are coming from, and she happens to be your wife. You are not sure who picked up that information
and do whatever they want to do with it. Yeah.
So you are very careful who
to speak to. Yeah.
You know, and in my family, it will be a no-no for them to know.
It will be a no-no.
To be a no-no. It will be a no-no. It will be crazy.
To be crazy. They won't.
Very crazy.
They won't take it lightly.
Very crazy. And like I said earlier, the kids.
How many kids do you have with her?
We have 3.
You have 3 kids. All yours?
One not mine.
One not yours. Is it the first, second, third which is not yours?
It is the first that is not
the first that is not yours. But you take care of all 3.
All 3.
Before you married her, did you know her very well?
Yes, I would say I did.
You say you did?
I would say I did.
Did she come across as someone who could do the things she's doing in marriage?
No.
How?
Because she call you, you will talk on the phone. Sometimes her work didn't allow her to do sleepovers, but I was doing the sleepover. And so you don't see any sign.
You don't see any sign.
Any sign of that, you know, going on. If maybe during the day or when you are not around, or maybe we've traveled or something, then that's fine.
Were you doing a lot of traveling?
From the beginning, no.
From the beginning, no.
From the beginning, no. But I used to close late from work.
From work. And when you later realized what was happening, did you also realize that some of your absent moments, when you were out of town, when you were late at work, things were happening?
It was from the beginning, no.
From the beginning, no.
From the beginning, no. It was later.
Later.
It was much, much later.
That all these things started
All
happening.
these things, you know, it's the whole thing played out, you know, more clearly. And then, you know, now it happened that, you know, then she will have to be like my handbag, because you're afraid you leave her the next moment and
Something will
something will happen. So she's always around me, you know, go everywhere together.
With her?
Unless I travel. When I travel, then that's it.
And then when you travel, do you get peace of mind?
When I travel, initially, you know, like I said, you travel, you talk to her, and I'm the type who always want you to know where I am, you know, because I've had people, you know, stories that say that, you know, you traveled and then something happens and
you never came back.
You never came back. Nobody knows what happened,
Yeah.
where you are, and stuff like that. So I want to always update, not just her, my brothers. You know, I want to always update them where I am. So I call them, I call her, make sure when I arrive, I call her. When the kids are home, I talk to them. I make sure I talk to everybody before, you know, I retire or do something else. And then I'll, at the end of the day, whatever activity I'm doing, I'll report back. So, you know, we did this today,
You did that today, and that was going on. Was she doing same?
No, she wasn't. Sometimes she won't even call you. She won't even, you know, try to check up on you, where you are.
It's like she doesn't care.
You know,
what's
as if,
happening.
you know, I complain. Sometimes even when you call her, she calls us excessively. I will call it differently, but she calls us excessively. She gets angry.
She gets angry that you are calling too much.
Too much.
Does she keep extra boyfriends?
Extra. Yeah, I would say extra boyfriends. Yes, I don't know how to term them. You know, I don't know how to term them.
But
I don't
there's
know how to
something
term them.
going on.
Yeah, there's something going on, and most of the time, there are people that you know.
There are people
that
you know.
you've met. There are people that perhaps she has introduced them to you.
As what?
As friends, as mates, as colleagues, as business
associates
or something like that. So you get to know them, you get to have conversation with them. They come around. You know, you go with her to them, and to do business or maybe to
have a meeting
or something together. But then behind the scene,
there's more to it.
There's more to it.
And when you discover the more to it, does it hit you hard?
I don't know if I should say it hits me hard. It shatters me, you know, because it's not easy for you to know that this person that you trust, you know, betray your trust. You know, they kind of destabilizes me. You know, it's.
And you've been enduring this for a decade.
Yes.
You've sat her down one-on-one to talk to her how it's affecting you?
You will never have a decent conversation with her.
You will never have a decent conversation. How does she spoil it?
She will either be indifferent about your concerns,
your worries,
your questions, or she will give you sarcasm. You know, as if
she doesn't care.
She doesn't care. You know, she will want to turn the table around. You know, scream, angry. You know, so you don't even push to.
You don't even push more.
Or
you don't even start the conversation because you don't want trouble.
You don't want, yes. Just start it.
Has she stopped as we speak?
No.
She hasn't stopped.
No.
What is the latest you discovered?
You know, I told you I travel. And one day, you know, she had, I'll leave that detail for now. I came across a conversation that she had with a friend. And it was like the friend was, you know, hitting on her. She was like, oh no, that would be great. You know, I want us to go, oh, that would be great. Just like that. So
And this friend is a male.
It's a male.
Who is hitting on her.
Hitting
I want
on
us
her.
to step out, go out. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be
She's all for it,
all
more
for
like,
it,
okay.
More for it like that. And I was like, wow. Again? No. Then I decided, let me monitor for a while. You know, because of the way she treats some of these issues. She, you know, did you see me? Did you see me? Did you see him on top of me? Did you do that? You know, that kind of thing. So let me just be sure of what I'm seeing. So I started monitoring. I have my own way of going around, like I said, a tech guy, the whole way of going around things and picking information, stuff like that, gathering evidence. You know, I can gather evidence for like 6 months, 1 year.
Can gather evidence for like 6 months to 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
And that torture you are taking yourself through in the process of gathering the evidence, because you will see things that will make you be like, let me act. You would have to keep it calm. Isn't that self-inflicting?
No.
Do you find joy in doing that?
No.
So how do you handle it?
You see, there are times you find some of these things and then you want to confront her. Then a thought hits you. You know, why don't you wait? Why don't you see the next step? Why don't you find out what is the next move?
Yeah.
Because the very moment you take that step out of maybe pain, out of anger, the ultimate info you will not get.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So a lot of time, you know, somebody will say you have a big heart. You know, yeah, I'm the kind of guy who keep it, who want to gather it enough evidence. You know, evidence that you can't dispute. You see, yes. And so at the end of the day, when I found out, you know, start monitoring, you know, I could even, you know, follow up to where they, you know, had lunch, you know, where they meet, etc. I could go there. Sometimes I will disguise myself. Sometimes I'll just leave my car and then go. So that, you know, sometimes I'll not leave the house with my car. I'll leave the car home and then
just go.
So that way I have that flexibility. I have that way, a way of, you know, maneuvering around things. If just the sight of you spotting my car will change things.
Yeah.
And so I'll have to be very careful, tactical the way I, you know, I move around. So that was it. And then I one day realized that she was sending nudes to this guy. I didn't act. I just took my evidence, kept taking my evidence. Until she discovered that I was monitoring. And now she came to put, you know, passwords, and later she took the passwords off and made it open. You know, I have nothing to hide, that kind of thing. But then what she was doing was that as soon as she, you know, sends message, she deletes. Sends message, she deletes. My way of gathering evidence was not even when you delay it, you are wasting your time. So I wasn't bothered, you know, kept picking up. So I confronted. That day, it was crazy.
Oh, it will be crazy.
I confronted her and she was like, no, you are calling me a prostitute and this, that. And Arnold, you know, at the beginning of our marriage, things were not smooth for me. And so I would say when it comes to finances, she has the upper hand.
She had the upper hand.
She has the upper hand. And so at the end of the day, you are looking at, you know, if you leave, you're hungry.
If you leave, you're hungry. So you have to stay.
Yes.
If you stay too, you are dying.
You are dying. You're able to take care of your kids yourself properly. You know, you want the kids to know that you are there for them. But so the little money that you get, you know, you try as much as possible to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
But then, at the end of the day, if you have to eat, it has to be
It has to be her.
You know.
So why was she paying you for your inability to be financially stronger as a husband?
No. It's a bit dicey. In a sense that, you know, this part. She's the one who always wants to do something. Even though I also want to do something.
Yeah.
I have a stronger edge to doing something. She always comes up with something she wants to do. So when you make money, you want to put it in
whatever you want to do.
She comes up with
to do something.
And you say, okay, you take
the money goes to her.
You take the money.
Yeah.
Do it. Or occasionally when she's doing something, you make some money, you say, okay, put it in your business.
So your money keeps going to her.
To her business.
And not into your business. So
you
are constantly handicapped.
Yes, constantly handicapped. I'm not able to start something on my own.
On your own and finish it.
And
As long as you continue to be in this marriage, do you think, based on your own experience with the marriage, that you can ever be able to start something on your own and finish it?
Arnold, you see, right now, what I plan to do is to move away from the marriage.
Move away from the marriage. You want to divorce.
I don't want to divorce.
But you want to move away. You want separation.
Separation.
Have you told her family any of these incidences?
No.
Have you told your family any of this?
No.
You only have indecent conversations with her.
Yes.
Because she turns it so. And has she also caught you in any, extramarital affairs?
She says she has, but there's nothing.
But what do you say?
I say I don't do, extramarital.
You don't do extramarital affairs.
Even when I came close to it, my instincts didn't
allow you. I asked because, as a man, because of what you think she's doing to you, in paying her back, let me ignore her. Let me also find my way and find a way to make myself happy.
You meet women who know you, who know your ability, who know how you groom your home and all that, and they express interest. Somebody gave me a blank check.
Somebody gave you a blank check?
Give me a blank check.
Did you take it?
I didn't.
You didn't take it because of the love you have for her or for the children?
For the children.
Do you love her?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Does she love you?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. She says she does, but I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't believe it.
Have you ever been happy in the marriage for the 11 years you've been married?
My happiness comes from my kids.
Your happiness comes from your kids. She doesn't give you happiness. Your wife doesn't give you happiness.
You can't even have conversations. You can't have conversation for more than 5 minutes without a fight.
Really?
No. You ask a question and then she's angry.
And bam.
It destroys everything.
But before you got married, was it beautiful?
Very.
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
But everything changed after marriage.
Yes.
Are you prayerful?
Yes.
Do you take it to the Lord in prayers?
gone to all nights, gone to churches. They give you what they call akwanche and all.
You've done all these
done
things.
all those things.
To
You've done
zero.
all those things, and then just when you think that you found solution, boom,
Something happens. Do you think she's been controlled by some form of spirit? Do you think it is not her doing that?
Spirit. I don't believe in that for her.
You don't believe in that for her. So you think whatever she's doing
It
is her.
may be so when maybe you look at some other things beyond just you and her.
Yeah.
Okay, but the two of you, especially, see, let me say something. There's nothing in the house that I don't do. I cook, I clean, I wash, I do everything.
You do everything
I do everything
in the house.
in the house. Okay. I'll say that unless she feels like it, then she'll cook.
Unless she feels like it, then she'll cook.
Feels like it. Today, let me cook.
Then she'll cook. Unless she feels like washing, then she'll wash.
Yes. Unless maybe she want to make food for the kids. Then she'll make food for the kids. Then I'll get to eat some. If not, I do my own stuff.
Everything.
My own stuff.
Has it affected your sex life with her?
No.
You guys have great sex still?
We have great sex still, but I decided that I ain't going to do it anymore.
You decided not to have sex with her anymore. What is the reason? For health reasons or what?
You see, it's because for me, sex is spiritual for me, and most of the time, I attribute my inability to do things on my own or prosper or financially and whichever. It's because of her extramarital
Affairs.
So it brings bad luck to you. So I said, no, this is becoming too much. Like I said, I want separation.
You want separation?
If I want separation, I need to do it right. I need to be calculative. Like I told you, I'm a very calculative person. I would have worked yesterday. I would have worked this dawn. I would have worked a while ago.
But you know why you haven't worked yet?
I know why I haven't worked yet. Because I have not found my feet yet. I've not found my bearings
your
yet.
bearings yet. You've not found your footing.
Yes. I've not found it yet. I hope I do. I've not found it
But
yet.
you think you can, looking at the circumstances you find yourself in that whenever you get hold of something, it goes into her coffers. When will you find your footing and how?
There are some few businesses that I want to do that I know when I'm able to.
You will find your
I'll
bearing.
find my bearing. But like you said, how are you going to do this business when anything that you get goes to her?
Yes.
This time around, I've decided that I've been open and transparent enough. Okay. When I have 2 cities, she knows I have 2 cities.
Yeah.
When I have 100,000, she knows I
knows.
have 100,000. So this time around, whatever I have,
She won't know.
she would know.
Is she
Won't know.
manipulative?
She won't know because I want to finish what I want to do. Start a business. Get maybe a single room.
Move.
And then move.
Are you moving with your kids?
No,
You leave the kids with
Yeah.
her. Which of the kids do you love most?
the boy.
The boy. The one which is not yours.
Yes.
Kofiata. The one which is not yours. The one she came into the marriage with is the child you love most. What is the connection between you and that boy?
He has been my boy from the onset. I have I have loved him because he didn't have a father figure. At the time I married the mother. And it had been me from then, from his, primary school, junior high school, secondary school,
it's you.
University.
It's you. Till university, it is you.
Yes.
You are his father, and that's it. Is he aware of what's happening?
No.
He's not aware.
I don't want him to.
None of your children are aware.
None of them.
So apart from the two of you, nobody knows what is happening in this marriage.
In the house, yes.
In the house, nobody knows. How? How do you manage that? How do you play it out?
You see, I try as much as possible not to get the kids involved. I'm worried for the kids, especially the girls.
The girls.
And then the boy. The boy will be shattered. Shattered.
Very.
Very shattered. I want to say something, but she will know.
She will know.
Yeah.
So just hold that. We are trying as much as possible to play it safe.
Yeah.
So when you move, will you come back to her?
No.
You'll never come back.
Take care of my kids.
You take care of your kids.
Yeah.
You will never come back to her. You are already divorced within you. Inside you, you are no longer married to her. The love is done. Everything is done.
Gone.
It's gone. You are just there
for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids.
You are in the marriage because of the kids.
For the kids.
Usually you would have women saying this. He's wicked, he's this, he's done this to me, he's cheated on me, but I'm with him because of the kids. I love my kids. I don't want my kids to have a bad future. Even though the man beats me, I'm with him because of the kids. Now, flip. The man is in the marriage because of the kids. Had it not been so, he would have been long gone.
Long gone.
Long gone. Does she deny you sex?
No.
She doesn't.
No.
She gives it to you.
Yes.
And are you surprised why she does that? Or you think she's only doing her duty?
I won't say I'm surprised. You see, from stories that I've read on some of these things, you get to meet other people's story where they think that maybe sex is just normal, it's just a game, it's something that men just want. And so, they give it or they take it. So perhaps that's the mentality. But it's not like you say that she denies you and so, that one I won't.
You won't do. You won't say as well.
Yeah.
What does she take away from you that makes you feel, battered or that makes you feel abused emotionally? Is there something she doesn't do or she denies you of?
She denies me of trust. You see, trust is everything. And when you trust somebody and the person betrays your trust, not once, not twice, for almost a decade.
For almost a decade.
It's not easy.
Yeah, 10 solid years.
It's not easy. Arnold, it's not easy.
So have you been in it for 10 years because you feel the next year she will change, and then the year comes, she doesn't change, and you say, okay, the next year she will change, and if she doesn't change, and it continues, and it keeps piling up, by the time you realize you are 20 years in a marriage?
Arnold, my kids are a project for me.
Yeah, a project for you.
They're a project for me. And so when the boy finished school, I was very proud.
You were proud, yeah.
It's like the next year you want to see the child in the next
you want
stage.
to see growth, progress.
Exactly. Then you realize that things are not what you think. Now I'm beginning to realize that I can sit at the fence and still
do your project, look out for them. You
out
don't
for
need
them.
to be inside to look out for them. Now you feel you could still be out and still look out for them. Will she give you that chance?
Right now I can't fight divorce because I'm not that strong
financially. Is she from a good home, or she made her money herself?
I'll say that it's basically partly good home, you know, partly too. You know.
Before you were married, were you given any advice concerning the financial imbalance of the two of you? Did somebody ever tell you?
No, there wasn't anything like that openly. When you say like you have conversation openly, it was like people, you know, oh, he's marrying her because of her money. You know, he's marrying her because of the money. They say that a lot. But it wasn't like that for me. Okay. And I wanted to prove that. Right. And you hear stories like, hey, is it the woman you are going to marry? You know, this girl, do you know her? You know, all that. You know. And you feel that she can change. Okay, so that kind of I remember a friend of mine during that period, early days, you know, you getting married and stuff like that, and you have the list, you want to buy some of the things. And I remember the last batch one to the D-Day, I was broke, super broke. I lost my job. So there's this friend, very, very tight. We were very tight. We do everything together, eat together, go to places together and everything. And I went to him, I said, look, Charlie, I'm broke. Bro, help me. I need money. I was like, oh, can't you say, man, why is that? Get away. You know, so just brushing off and then went ahead. So that was the day that our friendship broke.
You and your friend?
My friend.
That was the day that your friendship broke?
Our friendship broke.
Because you disobeyed him?
Because he gave me an advice.
And he didn't take. And he got angry.
He got angry.
Till today, that friendship is gone?
He's late now.
He's
late now. I wish he was around.
You wish he was around?
Yeah.
You would have gone back to him?
Gone back to him and guy.
You said it.
Take your stone.
Did your own self, were you getting, or was your instinct speaking to you? Was there any moment you felt like, yeah, you know, we all have that feeling when, no. should I not?
No.
You didn't?
No, she got pregnant, so ultimately...
You had to marry her?
I had to.
Yes.
Ultimately, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to, and I remember, and I during those periods, I don't take women home. If I'm not sure about you, you don't go to my house.
Yes.
You will not go to my house.
Yeah.
So the very moment I take you home, I know you are
the one.
Because you go and meet my mother. You know, and then
you continue.
I didn't want my mom to think that, you know,
you are changing women.
Changing women. And she would think that her son is abusing women, you know. So I didn't do that.
So you took her home, yes. And you knew she was the one.
She knew she was the one.
Everything looked good.
Good, yes.
Until she messed up, or you did?
She messed up.
She messed up.
She messed up. She messed up. Like I told you earlier, I've met women, you know, women who even if somebody would say you married her because of money, other women had money, more money than she did. But
it didn't go the way you wanted. Whenever do you take projects to her to finance for you? Is she helpful in that regard?
Mostly, yes. Mostly when I take projects, it has to be, the profit has to be split. And even sometimes my profit goes to her.
Even sometimes your profit goes to her?
Yes.
Ish.
Sometimes my profit will go to her, you know, manage it, or maybe you take this one, put in your business so that you can, you know, sort the house out.
I asked a question earlier, but then you were in the middle of a submission. So, Is she manipulative? Does she manipulate you?
I would say she's, yes, she's manipulative, and she's the type who wants to, you know, push you around. You know, you have to do this. You know, you have to do this. Why are you not doing this? The things that she will complain that you don't do are the things that she will do. Okay? And the things that you expect her to do, she won't do. But she will sit out and play it out as if you are the one who is the bad one. Like I told you, put money in her business, I give her money, I take care of the house sometimes when I can. But out there, the impression is that she takes care of it.
The impression is she takes care of you and the home.
Exactly. And the properties we have together, all I made sure that they were either in the children's name or in her name. None is in mine.
None of your properties is in your name. Is it deliberate?
Initially it was, but now I think I messed up.
You think you messed up?
Yeah.
To put the properties in the children's name and in her name.
Yes.
What are you living for?
Like I said, my kids.
You're living for your kids.
I said my kids. You see, as much as, you want to deny her all the goodies that maybe you have, she's the mother of your kids. And so you think that when you are not there, whatever you've left behind,
it's for the kids.
For the kids.
For them.
Yeah, she'll use them for the kids. And so that is the premise that I have always been.
But now you think it's a wrong premise.
I think it was a wrong premise. I thought I would die young.
You thought you would die young?
Yes.
What made you think so?
Your suicide thoughts, and...
You've had suicide thoughts?
A lot.
You've had suicidal thoughts?
A lot.
Based on what she's doing to you?
A lot.
So you felt, I won't live long. I will kill myself at a point. So let me put everything in my children's name and in her name. But why would you want to put things in the name of the person that's fueling your suicidal thoughts?
It's because of the case, like I said.
Yeah.
If you are not there, there are certain things that you put in the children's name. There are certain things at their age they can't control.
So it has to be her.
Exactly.
So you shifted everything to her.
Shift everything.
Now you regret.
Yeah.
Big time.
Big time.
If you had your way today, what would you do?
If I had my way today, I would walk away.
You walk away.
If today I have, let's say, some money that I can start whatever business I want to start, I'll walk away.
Are you open to people who would want to set you up financially so you walk away? I know what I'm talking about. My people, stay on.
Yes,
will you walk out?
I'll walk away.
And this will not be as somebody breaking your marriage, or this will not be as...
I'll walk away.
You walk away.
I'll walk away because, and I'll do it this way. I'll start the business on her blind side.
Walk away.
Pack some few things that I'm traveling, and I'll come back.
And you won't come back.
I'll come back.
You could get money from you. Of course, you didn't come here for this.
No,
I am the one mentioning money. There's no way, and we couldn't even start this conversation on that premise of coming to talk about money.
It's just about
other
people.
Yes, but because of what you are saying and what you are going through, someone could be watching and be like, "But why would a man go through all this just because he hasn't had money to start what he has to start and buy his freedom?" Okay, let me buy his freedom for him. It is possible because lots of people are watching from here and outside Ghana, and they are very good people. A lot of them have helped Patrick benevolently. So anything is possible. It hasn't been easy sharing your story. Your ego has been pricked. I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy to be a man.
So I think the other time I was speaking to my cousin who is not in the country. The guy, you have to come get me.
Yeah.
But I can't tell the story. So nobody understands what I'm going through. You see, if today I get a chance, okay, to do what I want to do, I will just walk.
You just walk, and people won't understand.
I'll just walk, and I know my last, child and then the first one, they will be the most shattered.
They will be hit hard,
the most shattered. But then, when they grow,
they will understand.
Maybe I'll find a way
to
talk to the boy, to make him understand after some time.
Yes.
But then,
you would have been gone.
I've been gone.
And not look back.
Not look back. Not look back. I'll take care of my kids. I want them to be somebody tomorrow. So I'll make sure
you take care of them. And will you marry again?
No.
You won't marry again.
I don't intend to.
You don't intend to marry again. If you walk, you don't intend to marry again.
I don't intend to marry again because maybe marriage is not my thing.
Maybe marriage is not your thing.
My thing.
Had it not been for the pregnancy, I don't think would you have
I
been
wouldn't
married?
have been married.
Oh, Charlie.
I wouldn't have been married. Maybe I would have pursued other interests.
Yes.
You know, I wouldn't have been
But
married.
when the pregnancy
when you came and you take responsibility and you want to be the man, you want to take care of your kids, then you know you leave everything. I know, trust me, there are times I can't even buy clothes for myself.
You can't.
I can't even buy clothes for myself. I can't even buy, you know, personal stuff. It's always about the kids. It's always about the kids.
Kids.
Always about the kids. You have money today and then you are torn between buying something that you need and the kids needing something.
And then it goes there.
It goes there. You know, I have had thoughts of going for certain training courses and then because of the kids,
the money goes there.
Go there. You know,
the money goes there.
All the time.
You had suicidal thoughts. Did you make a move at any point?
Yes, at the point I did.
What did you do?
I was going to hang myself.
You were going to hang yourself. You were going to hang yourself.
I was going to
you got the rope. Where was this going to happen?
In the house.
You were going to hang yourself in the house. They either wake up or return from school or work to find you dead.
They wake up.
They wake up because it was at night. At dawn, when everybody was asleep. You took the rope.
Yes.
And went where?
I went to the bathroom. And then there was I don't know what to call it. It was more or less like a hook or something.
Yeah.
You know, and I climbed the
tap,
the bathtub, and put a rope there. You know, tied the nose. But what stopped me was that who was going to find me first?
Who was going to find you first?
Yes.
Who was going to find you first if you died? That's what stopped you.
Yes.
Why was that the thing that stopped you?
I didn't want my kids to be the one to find me.
You didn't want your kids to be the ones to find you first? No. Who did you want to find you first?
I wanted her.
You wanted her, your wife, to be the first person to find you?
Yes.
But at this point, you couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell who was
going to find you. And there's a set of people you wouldn't want them to find you first. But they are in the house too.
They are in the house.
And she is also in the house.
She's in the house.
So you had to give up.
I had to give up.
If at the time the kids had gone to their aunties or grandparents,
I would have done it.
You would have done it because she would be the one to find you first. Because she would come and pee at the point.
Yes.
We'll end here. We'll end here. Thank you very much, Kofi Atta.
Thank you.
You're a man.
Thank you.
You're a man. It's not easy. It's not easy. But we leave it to God. We are all men here in the studios. In fact, he came to meet about 5 of us. Myself, Brown, Sat, Eddie, and Fanny Tomika. We are men. We understand. It is well. My name is Arnold Elavanyo. If you have anything you would want to share with us concerning Kofi Atta's story, you could do so in the comment section. If you want to get in touch with me. My number is on the show. You could pick it, get in touch with me. You won't see his face. We can't show his face. It's very sensitive. But whatever you want to share with him, if you even want to get in touch with him personally, I'll ask permission from him. If he allows, I will connect you to him and I leave you guys to deal with it. Thank you very much for staying. We're out.